Proper documentation will keep you from going behind bars. If you document incorrectly, you will end up in jail, potentially.
Don't play with it, don't be dishonest. Still not understanding.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, it should be, and as you guys saw by the title, I'm teaching you guys how to do proper documentation. If you want to stay out of jail as a nurse, this is a video for you. So if you're interested, keep on watching. So I have a few points, but I'm going to start off with the do's and then we're going to end off with the don'ts. So the first do, before you document, make sure you have the right patient chart. There's nothing worse, especially if you paper document, you're writing a whole paragraph and you realize, damn, it's the wrong patient. Make sure you have the right patient. If you're typing, you could strike out that documentation and you could potentially copy and paste it into the right chart, but that is only if you have electronic documentation. If you work in long-term care or retirement home, chances are you are paper documentated. So you want to make sure that you have the right patient with the right chart. Honestly, paper documentation should be illegal at this point. Like, it is so tired. Thing is just a hassle. Like, I don't go home on time because I'm paper documenting. So make sure if you are documenting, you have the right patient and the right chart. Next, you want to be as accurate as you could be. Being accurate could save both you and your patient or your resident. The reason why you want to be as accurate as possible: 1, it leaves no room for second guessing. 2, it allows the healthcare provider to properly understand the care that was given and how to move forward. And 3, it could potentially save that patient's life. And also, sometimes an unfortunate event, families could come back and sue you and the hospital. So having that proper documentation will outline to the judge or to the courts exactly what you've done, what care you've given, and what was followed behind that. We're nurses. We have a lot of patients every single day. You're not going to remember every care you've given to each patient. Sometimes I don't remember the patient I had last month. So having proper documentation could save the life, save you from being sued, and also provides the healthcare provider the right ways to go about giving care. My tip for accuracy is make sure you guys write as if a lawyer is reading it. If a lawyer is reading it, then you know you have to be accurate. You know you have to pinpoint every single thing. If you watch those shows, you'll see that lawyers will tell their clients, remember every little thing that you did. The smallest detail counts. Same thing in documentation. The smallest detail counts. Next, this is a do that almost every single nurse struggles with. Document in real time. Okay, you want to take time for documentation. I know this is hard, especially if you are in a code, especially if your workload is heavy, but try to document in real time or as close to time as possible. Documenting in real time will literally save your life. The reasons why is because number 1, you remember exactly everything that happened in that moment. Number 2, you won't forget anything. Well, I guess number 1 and number 2 sound the same, but want to make sure that you wrote everything down that happens in that event, especially during codes. If you have a code blue, or if you have a code amber, or if you have telephone orders, you have verbal orders, you have transfers, especially those things, you want to make sure that you document it in real time. And this last do that I personally think is very, very, very important is document your physician's involvement and response. You guys, CYA. My professor in nursing school always taught us to CYA. If you don't know what CYA means, it means cover your. Physicians will act like they didn't tell you an order if hits the fan. Like, I'm just being serious with you guys. If stuff does not happen the way it's supposed to happen, guess who has your back? Not the physicians, not your managers, especially when you go to court. The physician's going to tell you exactly what they think or they want to say in court. But if you document what they say and their response to what you told them, that will save you a plethora of trouble, you guys. So always document physician's response and involvement. And not only physicians, you guys, it's anyone in the healthcare circle. I actually wrote down a paragraph that I'm going to read to you guys because I think this part is really, really important, because people could say and do things that you could even fathom. Like, I am so serious on this topic because when I worked in a hospital, I had a situation, not me personally, but my coworker had a situation where the family took her to court, and what the doctor said or what the healthcare provider said on the stand is not what happened. So that's why I'm so passionate about this part, and even this whole video as a whole always make sure you document. So this is what I wrote. Do document physician's involvement and response. It's important to document everyone that was consulted during your patient's care. You need to document the name, the time contacted, response, action, results, every single thing, y'all. Even it is little, document it. It may not seem important now, but in case of an emergency, it can definitely help. Remember, CYA, always. I am thirsty. But I'm giving you guys a good tea, okay? I'm giving you guys a good tea. If you guys are enjoying this video so far and you guys are gaining knowledge and understanding, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, you guys. I appreciate the love so much. And honestly, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it will show me that you guys like these type of videos and I'll make more for you. No problem. So again, if you like it, don't forget to hit that thumbs up and that subscribe button down below. Now let's get back to the point. So now that we covered all the do's, we're going to go into the don'ts. These are things that you don't want to document. So even though you documented wrong, and that could still get you guys in trouble. So let's get into the first don't. Don't use abbreviations that are not used in your facilities. You guys, why would you do that? I know you learned a lot of abbreviations and short forms in school, but if those are not recognized in your facility, you guys just don't use them. Write out the full word. Me personally, when I document, I don't write any abbreviations, to be honest. I write everything in full words so that way they get the full understanding of the scenario and nothing could be misconstrued or thought of something else. So I always write the words in full, but if you want to write abbreviations, make sure you write the abbreviations that are known to your facility and within your policy. Like I had a situation where one of the doctors or the MP, whoever it was, wrote D/C. And for me, that can mean two things. That could either mean discharge or that could either mean discontinue. And also, I didn't write this in my notes, but this kind of connects to this point. Your zeros and your decimals. You guys, this is so important. A zero could drastically change a number, okay? So if the number is 4, do not write 4.0. Do not do that because we learned this in nursing school. 4.0 could be miscalculated into 40 and all you need was 4. If you now need 0.4, that is when you're going to write your points and your decimals because if you don't, that can be miscued as 4. Make sense? I hope so. So make sure you guys write your decimals and your zeros when it is needed. This next don't point, you guys, oof, it will save you, okay? Never, never, ever, 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 ever document before it's time. Please, y'all, don't do that. Because as nurses, we are under legislation, we are certified, we're a board, we're government. Documenting before the situation actually happens, it could be considered fraud. And that is something that you do not want to be caught up in. So make sure you document after the situation happens. Let me give you guys an example. Say, for instance, you're going to your patient, John, and you've had him for the past 2 shifts, and this is your 3rd shift, okay? You know he has diabetes, so you know you have to give him insulin. You know, okay, he gets 2 units of insulin every lunchtime. Let me just document it because I know he's going to be there. I know everything's going to be fine. You document it before you gave him the actual insulin. You go in his room and John is not there. Now you have a problem. 1, you documented that you gave insulin when you didn't. 2, your patient is not here. So you're looking around for your patient. You can't find him. Worst case scenario here, your patient is actually passed out on the different unit. What happens is because you're at a hospital, that patient's charts can be accessed through any computer as long as people have access to that computer. So now what could happen is whoever found him, a healthcare provider, could look into his charts and see that he has gotten 2 units of insulin when in fact he has not. Check his blood sugar and his blood sugar is very, very high. He got 2 units of insulin. Let's wait for it to happen. When indeed he did not. So now he's going to hyperglycemia, and you see how that situation just goes out of hand, all because you just documented before the time. So that's why I say do not document before situations happen because you could lose your job, you could lose your license. If that person dies, you could potentially end up in jail, okay? That's how serious documentation is. I know I scared you guys a little bit because I scared myself a little bit too, but you guys, it's okay. It's okay. Just do what you have to do. And what we don't do is document before a situation happens, okay? Next. So this last don't, I actually learned this don't when I was working in the hospital, and this is do not document excuses. What do I mean by that? Hold on, guys. So what I mean by that is don't document things that you could So, common sense, right? No. For instance, if he's supposed to give a medication and the medication not available, do not put medication not given because medication was not available. Why would you put that? Because you have different avenues to actually to get that medication. Especially as a new grad, when I was working in hospital, I was fresh off the boat. I got my job in December and I graduated in August and passed my test. So 3 months later, I was in the hospital. So do not document excuses. Meaning, if you do not give a medication, don't document medication not given because medication available. That doesn't cut it, because as a nurse, it's your duty to give that patient the medication, and if it is not available, you have to go and find that medication. So there are different avenues that you could take. You could call pharmacy, you could call the doctor, you could call your charge nurse and ask them, hey, this medication is not available. What do I do? So actually going and finding that medication shows that you care for your patient and you're doing your job. So do not document excuses. And you guys, that is it. This is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Honestly, I loved recording this video for you guys because number one, I see all the nurses that are coming into the workforce and I absolutely love it. And I also want to keep you guys out of jail, because going in jail for wrong documentation, that's not it. We worked hard for a degree. We paid a lot of money for our degree. So let's keep it, and let's keep our license, and let's keep out of jail, okay? Again, I love you guys so much. If you love this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and the post notification bell, because I am shooting out way more videos than before, okay, guys? I'm being very, very, very consistent on this channel, and I can see because we are growing as a community. We, I believe, are at 650 at this point, and I absolutely love you guys for that. So thank you guys for the love. If you guys want to see any other videos, make sure you guys comment it down in the comments below. I did see that you guys want to see how to pass patho and pharmacology. You guys, I'm taking that class next month, okay? So look out for that video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!